everyone, welcome to our first TI session of Knowledge is Power. So today we're going to be talking a bit about some members of the Black community that are very underrepresented in our history. So I'll go first. I found it very interesting that there is a girl named Claudette Colvin. She was the first person to sit in the white section of a bus and get arrested for it. However, Rosa Parks has that title because Claudette was too dark-skinned for the media and was also a pregnant 15-year-old, and I find that to not be good. I mean, she was the first person to do it. She was brave enough as a child, like our age, to sit in a section of a bus where she knew people would treat her wrongly, and she still did it, and she's not given the credit she deserves.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more. If the circumstances were different, I'm sure she would get mentioned more often. The next person I have is Queen Nani. She was a leader. She was a tribal leader, which is now known as Ghana, but back then it was Nigeria. And she was actually a slave. She was a slave that she escaped from her plantation, and later she made her own village with her brothers, and they fought off Europeans. They traded their own way, and they showed that African Americans, they can set up their own markets. And what I find fascinating about this is that she was a female when she was doing this. During that time, of course, there wasn't as much representation as female leaders, but she was one. She was a trailblazer. Not to mention that she freed over 1,000 slaves in that region. So that's amazing for her.
Yeah, I think many times, of course, black individuals are seen are not as represented as other individuals in society, and seeing that she's a woman and she was a slave and she was able to do all these things is amazing. So my character is actually Wilfredo Lamb. He was a world-renowned Afro-Chinese Cuban artist, which is amazing. It has he's Afro, but he still is part of the Cuban culture and Chinese culture. And he built his career on representing black history, black culture within his art, representing black costumes, black bodies, and everything that represents his culture and his history. And this, of course, gave him a very big voice in political matters involving race and involving freedom, which of course made him a really important figure for matters like racial inequality and all these things that we're going through right now, and we have gone through history. So it's really important to know about these people that have influenced so much in such an important part of history, which is black history.
Exactly. There needs to be more light brought on these people of color, these black individuals who have done so much for our history, because unfortunately in today's society, people will only get recognition if it's impossible to ignore what they did. And that sucks because, you have this girl who, just because there was another person who did the same thing and just happened to have a lighter complexion, she gets erased from history.
Yeah,
Yes.
and going off of your point, Victoria, Queen Nani, she wasn't an American hero, so we don't hear as much about her. We have to cherish humans, not just places. So these people, they're amazing human beings, and bringing them light and bringing them attention is what they deserve during this amazing month.
And it's also really important because usually during this time of the year, we speak about figures like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, figures that we hear about and that were extremely crucial for the evolution of our society. However, figures like this, like Wilfredo Lamb and Queen Nani, and furthermore, are not just spoke about a lot, and still it is crucial because they did so much, but they still behind this curtain that a lot of people will really benefit from seeing and from learning about, because they were part of our history and black history.
We're definitely moving towards an era where we're being a lot more accepting. Obviously, there's still problems. You can't say there's not because that would be false. But we're also, us three and everyone in our school, we're lucky to live in an area that's very progressive. Like, I know I actually learned about Claudette in my class, which is unheard of for a lot of people, especially in the Midwest and the South, where they're getting a much more watered-down, patriotic view of history, when really we need to be talking about exactly what happened.
Yes.
Giving credit where
And so,
credit is deserved.
Yeah, many times also women in history are women overall are not as represented as possibly like male accomplishments, and just talking about women and black women and how they impacted history is just so important and so crucial, not only like in our school or us three, but in like everywhere, learning about how we came to be and why we're still fighting for this common goal, which is equality.
Hmm.
It's amazing how we have three people from three different nationalities all sitting in a Zoom call, cherishing excellence. So, as you can see, with future generations, we're gonna keep progressing, and hopefully one day we can celebrate these people more often. We can celebrate the unknown heroes and unsung heroes.
And,
Yeah, I think that's a
but
good point.
yeah, no, and it's also like it's Black history, and that's why we're talking about this. But it's important to not only just remember Black history and individuals that impacted history so much for a month. This is I know it's only a month that we just remember these people, but it's really important and crucial to take into accountance throughout the whole year or your whole life, or to understand that it's important to talk about these matters, and understanding that history was such a diverse group of people that shaped our lives. And now we can say, like as Alpha Hill said, three people in a Zoom call, different backgrounds, different races, but we're just here celebrating Black lives and Black history, which is so important.
Hmm. It's unfortunate that really we have to dedicate a whole month to a group of people that should be celebrated just as much as any other group of people. And I'm sure in the future we're going to rewrite history in more of a broad light that captures everything that happened rather than just the accomplishments of a select few privileged people. And sure, right now that hasn't happened, but like we said, we're making history. And soon we'll also uncover areas of history that has been suppressed for way too long. And I hope that someday, soon in the future, instead of learning about, someone who looks more like how we think the ideal person should look caused an event to happen, we'll be learning about who actually should rightfully get that praise and that acknowledgement.
I look red. Um, it's also important that we learn from history and we write our futures. We write what's right, and we write the things that we know are gonna be correct, and we're gonna inspire future generations. It starts with us, so let's keep it going, people.
Yes.
Yeah, and to wrap it up, like from my side, I think everybody should put their own, effort and be a leader wherever you are, in a group of three people, in a group of five, and it doesn't, it has to be, you have to like put your part on spreading the positivity and all this information that is so crucial to continuously hear and continuously maintain present in our heads about how we came to be, and why it's so important to always celebrate these people that impacted our lives so much, so in the future maybe we can become a person like they did and impact society in such an amazing way, like how this amazing Black individuals did.
Yes. You gotta keep everyone who's listening, please just keep working. Keep using what you learned from your shops in school and outside of school and even here. Use that, learn, because knowledge is power. That's what this segment is called. And it's true. The more you
Yes.
know, the more you can become a better leader and the more you can accomplish in your life. So keep working hard, keep striving for your dreams, and one day you will be recognized. I want to thank everyone for
Yes,
watching,
amen.
and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye.